Rachel, thank you so much. I'm so glad to be with all of you and to have the opportunity to hear from the Vice President, who has been just an unbelievable and tireless champion and a leader on internet access and so much more for our country. Thank you, Madam Vice President. Governor, it's great to be with you today, as well as other members of the Biden administration. As you can tell by now, our team has hit the ground running to build better roads and bridges, to deliver clean water and safe water, to save families money on their energy bills, and as we'll discuss today, to provide reliable, affordable, high-speed internet to everyone. Now, while these investments are crucial to rebuilding infrastructure across the country, they're especially important in tribal communities that have been left behind by far too long and left out. And as the Vice President announced, over the next few weeks, the administration is going to award $500 million to expand internet access through the Tribal Broadband Connectivity Program. But today, the administration is awarding $146 million to 5 tribes in New Mexico. So, Governor, thank you so much for joining us. But this is the thing. This is not the end. It's just the beginning. Additional awards are going to reach tribes in many states. These funds are going to help tribes build broadband infrastructure that deliver high-speed, reliable internet. The awards today are part of a much larger, bolder, concerted effort across the federal government to connect every American, no matter where they are, but including on tribal lands. This bipartisan infrastructure law invests an additional $2 billion into the Tribal Broadband Connectivity Program, tripling its funding. Earlier this week, the Department of Commerce, through NTIA, the office in the Department of Commerce that's responsible for this, announced that it will use $1 billion of that funding to make additional awards to tribes that have already applied for the program. This is going to get more funding to those in need quickly while reducing the administrative burdens to these tribes. The bipartisan infrastructure law is not only expanding internet access by deploying high-speed internet, but also making sure that families can afford it. As the Vice President mentioned, there are over 185,000 households on tribal lands that are saving up to $75 per month on their internet bills through the subsidy in the Affordable Connectivity Program. But the Vice President and the President and those of us in the administration got to work, and we worked with internet providers to secure commitments from them to offer low-cost, high-quality plans. So essentially what this means is that millions of working families now get high-speed internet without paying a dime. In other words, it's a net zero. Households can check their eligibility, find a plan, and sign up at getinternet.gov. Getinternet.gov. Our commitment to Indian country goes well beyond high-speed internet, though. The bipartisan infrastructure law makes a historic investment, $13 billion in dedicated funding for tribes alone, as well as hundreds of billions of dollars that tribes can apply for on a competitive basis to build roads and bridges and things of that sort. Just to give you a sense of these investments, just a handful of examples include $3.5 billion to provide safe drinking water and reliable modern sanitation facilities in tribal communities, $20 million to bring power to tribal buildings that are not connected to electricity, and hundreds of millions of dollars to help tribes adapt to the impacts of climate change and improve drought resilience. These are all game-changing projects. We've also produced a tribal playbook that you can find at build.gov, build.gov, to help tribes and native corporations navigate all of the programs in the infrastructure law. So let me close by saying that we're just getting started in investing in the future of tribal communities. We will continue to take bold action in months to come, and we look forward to sharing our progress with you as we go. We're not going to leave any community behind. We're especially committed to making sure that Indian country gets the resources they so richly deserve. So now let me turn it back to Rachel and our communications team, and thank you guys for allowing us to speak to you today. Rachel?
Thank you so much, Mayor Landrieu. Now I'll turn it to Pueblo of Isleta Governor Vernon Abeita.